What's up, everyone? King of Miami here again with another Creator World Tour in Puzzle Paradise. And here we are with, of the three creators, Blender, Spacy, and the third being Metajorgen. And we are so excited to have you guys here today to talk about Puzzle Paradise. If you'd like to get started, if you want to go ahead and give us a little tour.
Yeah, come on this way. So when you come in, you're greeted by our hot tub, our puzzling area, and our fire pit.
Yeah, we really wanted to give people a feeling of peaceful relaxation and a chill vibe. And it's all kind of inspired by the vaporwave aesthetic. So we have some nice like glowing edges, some blue, some beautiful pinks. So the color really wanted to, we really wanted to bring out a peaceful, relaxing vibe in the world.
Cool.
I tried to incorporate puzzle piece shapes into a bunch of things in the scene. So we've got our hot tub that's actually a giant puzzle piece.
Two puzzle pieces, because there's one in the center.
Right. Yeah, many puzzle pieces. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
You can jump in, grab a drink,
so good.
Relax. We got some moving water in here. We got some good animations.
So coming in here and just this itself, it looks amazing. You can see the water moving. So one thing, that's not the only thing that's moving. I also see the sky moving.
Yeah, we've got a lot of movement in the scene that I kind of threw in at the last second. Not unplanned, but, you know, a lot of things were changing over time. And then when we added in all the animation, everything really came together. The water is moving, and actually, if you swim in it, you'll get carried along by the current in the newest version. And Spacy's awesome skybox that she put together. We went through so many iterations, and she really, this latest version, I think we're going to stick with, like the whole time.
Yeah, we did awesome. many tries at the skybox to get it right, because with the view distance limitation, it's a bit difficult. But yeah, this final sky, I hand painted everything in Photoshop, so it's all like custom. And yeah, we just wanted to give it like a beautiful sunset kind of feel.
One thing that I really like about the way you guys executed this tri-mesh world is you made sure to keep that 3D intact. You know, so some worlds, they might use a texture for the grass, for example, but it'll be flat. I see that you guys made sure to keep that 3D aspect, that depth to it. And even with the puzzle pieces and the rocks, like, this is amazing right here. What went into that?
That's Spacy sourced all of those, and she did a really good job getting everything to come together. And then I did a lot of the texture sourcing for, well, actually, most of them have been replaced by stuff that Spacy sourced. So yeah, I'd say we could give her pretty much all.
We did everything 10 times.
Yeah, there was a lot of iteration.
It was a lot of trial and error. Getting the scale right on the texture is really difficult. So you kind of have to keep trying and trying, and you know, not expect perfection every time that you will first upload something. Because sometimes, you know, certain textures don't need a lot of detail. So you don't need to have like a really high res on certain items, but you don't realize that until you bring it in. But yeah, I mean, it really, like, you just want to keep everything as consistent as possible. As I think that's the really tricky thing when you have like so many different objects. You want to have just a visual consistency as much as you can. It's tricky. It's still like I see things I want to change in here for sure, but yeah, I think it came out pretty good. You know, it's a lot of research and, you know, some AI and some hand painting. It's a lot of different types of sources for all the textures that we have.
If we're talking like effort to payoff, this is something no one's ever going to notice, but not every step has the same texture. And if you're just taking the same object and copying it, you'll end up with the same grime pattern on each one. And so it wasn't, I'm not saying I did it by hand, but it was something that I had to think about for when creating the architectural assets and things like that.
Yeah, that's one thing I really have to give credit to you guys, is the attention to detail in this world is amazing. Like this fire pit. So in this fire pit, you know, if we're used to the old Horizon worlds before Trimesh, you know, it would just be, you know, blocks. You know, we do have a couple of different textures, but nothing crazy. But then this one, when you really pay close attention, you can see like, oh, there's like this beautiful, kind of make it look like a stone with different grooves in it. You have even the coal on the fire. There's different sizes of bumps and cracks. And then even the seats over here, like, it's like you guys thought of everything. I'm blown away, to be honest, with the attention to detail. Who takes credit for that?
Such a great example of, well, it's so many different, like we really worked on this all together, and it's a very uniquely Horizon, you know, way of putting it together. It's almost kitbash like in old school, but there's also custom pieces and unique textures that don't appear anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just even like these subtle textures, it's subtle, but it kind of signals to your brain that it's realistic, and so you have more of an emotional experience being in here. This incredible animation that Blender did on the fire, you can ask them about that. This is an example to me of something that just blew me away when I saw it for the first time, because it moves like a real fire. The coals, we worked on like several iterations of that, and Blender did the texture on that. It just looks absolutely gorgeous, like it's, you know, glowing inside. We did a lot with the lighting in here. I did the texture on the seats, and I've looked for a lot of different cloth textures that wouldn't be too overpowering, because, you know, it's just not really something you need to spend a ton of detail on. Jurgen did the arranging of the wood here, and he did work on the wood texture. Wanted to make sure it was the right color so it would complement the sort of warmth that we have. It took a lot of time to sort of figure out the arrangement that we wanted to, like, how would you enter or exit. And you can have all kinds of beautiful views from different angles, hang out here, watch people puzzle, watch people come into the world. Yeah, we kind of just really wanted to have a hangout space and a nice game to entertain folks. And, you know, it's nice to have something to help people meet each other and engage, and then, like, you know, just really create the coziness around that experience.
I can see you guys make a great team. If you guys can talk about that a little bit, have you guys collaborated before, and how's that collaboration process work between your team here?
Yeah, this is not our first collaboration. I was so lucky to get involved with their Genshin Impact project, which was this huge multi-world thing that they were part of for the official project for the game. And I was brought on as a scripter and just had a wonderful time, and had worked on Jorgen's Alone in the Arctic world with him, and kind of gotten to know him a little bit. But we've been working together on all kinds of stuff since then. So it's been fun.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun collaborations before. One major project with the Huanggang Stone Forest for Genshin Impact. And I think that we really love working together because we have a good communication. We know how to criticize without being mean. We can be honest with each other, you know. I think that's really important. Just like, hey, like, that doesn't look good, you know. I think it's important that everybody just doesn't have too much of an ego, because, you know, we all want to, like, push each other. Not too much, but just enough. It's a good balance. So yeah, I mean, really communicating and just understanding what each other's, like, strengths or weaknesses are, and, you know, just, I think everyone elevates each other's work. You know, I think that's really the best outcome.
Yeah, I think we have a lot to teach each other, and we're very tough on the product, but I don't think we're too tough on each other. We're just like it gets done when it gets done. It gets done how it gets done, and we're just going to kind of keep at it until it's till we're all satisfied. And that's like rare, but I think we've really gotten something that we can be proud of, and we've been so excited to see the response.
Yeah, seeing what your collaboration can produce, it's amazing. What's one of your favorite things that you get from collaborating?
I mean, I can say that they're full of ideas. Like they've always got ideas, and it's rarely what I've come up with already. And the fusion seems to produce much better results than trying to come up with ideas on my own.
Nice.
There's tons of benefits. They're super fun people too. It was so wonderful to meet them in person at Connect. It was like such an unbelievable opportunity. What are the chances, really, honestly?
Yeah, I mean, I think that really jump-started things. So we met each other in real life, and I said, hey, like, I really want to do a project with you. And then we knew TriMesh was coming out, and we both did 3D modeling, both love Blender, and so yeah, we just kind of said, hey, like, we should just really, work together on this one and get something out. And we just kind of started brainstorming back and forth and just really organically developed. And we just all said, at first we said, hey, what is a world that we would all be passionate about doing? Like, that's the most important thing, is like, what do we want? What do we really want to see, so that we can all keep enthusiastic about it. And the enthusiasm really like helps carry you through the difficulties, whatever technical aspects you're dealing with, because there's a lot of technical things that we're all learning the pipeline. We're forging the pipeline here, and so yeah, that carried us through and helped. So,
and that brings me to like my burning question, because I walk in here and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So I live in Miami. So like when I walk in here, I get Miami vibes. I don't know about you guys, but I get some Miami paradise, right? Paradise of Miami. We got, the beach.
Nice.
It's beautiful weather. The decor even. It's elegant. It's kind of luxurious, but outdoorsy. Like the jacuzzi. So, I'm getting those the Miami feelings. So I resonate when I walk in here. So I want to know, how did you guys create this perfect puzzle and paradise? Because it's like you guys knocked down the paradise part, like boom. But instead of just making it a hangout world, you added something that's not just a game, but people can collab with and people can do slowly. It's nothing quick. There's no timer. So yeah, how did you guys find that perfect match of puzzle and paradise?
Really started with the name, I feel. Who came up with the name?
It started before the name, because she had to come up with that for us to be like, oh, scratch everything else, we're doing Puzzle Paradise. I think it was going to be like a city square originally, like Puzzle Corner, or maybe like a backyard barbecue vibe. We were kind of going through different environments that would be universally accessible and like that anybody would want to just hang out in, even if you weren't into the puzzle aspect. And then when she said Puzzle Paradise, we were like, okay, we're done. We're throwing out all the other things, and we're making a tropical island with puzzles on it, and never looked
absolutely
back. Just I did the logo.
Yeah, and we have a world, the Tropical Paradise world, that we noticed was quite popular, and so we say, hey, clearly people want to hang out in that kind of environment. So we sort of saw that worked already, and plus it's VR, so why not make the most beautiful environment that we possibly can? Who doesn't want to be on a tropical beach?
Right. Oh, I think you're spot on with the Miami thing too. My dad grew up in Miami Beach, and so I spent a lot of time there as a kid, and like I feel like I'm channeling a little bit of that energy. And you somehow picked up on the exact color tones that we needed in order to trigger those memories. So good job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a stickler about color. Definitely try everything. I mean, the color of the water, I'm very obsessed with this sea foam type color, and I've been to Hawaii a couple times, luckily. So I remember how much that affected me when I saw that, and so I had to have the exact right color for the water and like the sky to complement each other. So that was a really important part for me.
I noticed you guys have currently 15 available puzzles. Any plans in the future for adding more or swapping them out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
maybe talk about that.
So Jorgen is probably sorting photos right now. He has taken it upon himself to go source a bunch more. This initial crop, if you are doing the canyon one on size large or something like that, and all the pieces look the same, you can blame me because I picked these photos for the first 15. But we're gonna keep you guys supplied with all kinds of different images in different categories and things like that, because obviously that's the core of replayability for a traditional jigsaw puzzle game, is having lots of fun images to play with. And a couple people have asked us about whether or not they can submit images. So we're thinking about doing that. But until then, if anybody who's watching this feels like submitting images for puzzles, you can send us an email. We put our email addresses up on the board back there.
Tell them they got to get in the top 5 first.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Let's see. Which one is your favorite puzzle currently?
Oh, what a great question. I love the red panda.
I like the panda. Yeah, panda's my favorite. I like all the animals. The little guy. What is that? It's like a lemur or something.
They're super cool. I have a soft spot for bees. My mom is a beekeeper, and we just had some summer honey come in for the first time in like the longest time. So I've been like thinking about bees, and so some people might like, why would I want to put a puzzle together of a big bug? But I think they're like fuzzy little puppies. They're super cool animals.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the bee.
All right, let's do the bee one.
let's do the red panda so that anybody that
yeah, the bee one is a little bit hard. It's a little less
divisive. No one should ever do the canyon, the waterfall canyon or the snail, because they are absolutely punishing. And so we'll
so those are the more challenging ones.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's try the rose puzzle. So we click on it, and now it's loading, right? And then so what was maybe one of the most difficult parts about making this build?
I think we face challenges just kind of getting started with the tools. It's very, very different building assets from scratch compared to working from the stock assets in Horizon. And lighting was much more of a challenge as well, but I think we really overcame those challenges by the end of the project. The puzzle itself was actually surprisingly easy in terms of the scripting. It is way simpler than it looks. And maybe people are going to look at it and be like, no, that's ridiculous. But we're starting from a completed puzzle. So essentially all it has to do is a distance check compared to where it started from at the very basic level. And then shuffling ended up not being too complicated either. So the actual scripting process, all code blocks, and that was just such a breeze. It was so fun to do that. And the first time the puzzle, the tidy function, the first time I pushed that button and all the pieces just went off to the right, I was just so like, here, I'll just show you guys. I find that satisfying. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's like rearranging your icons on your computer. Confusing part. How we were going to have the players actually grab the pieces and all of that. I think that was really tricky for us to figure out. Because we weren't sure we're going to use raycast, or we're going to have something that you press, or that was hard.
Yeah, actually, I forgot. We spent a long time in pre-production just thinking about how the interaction was going to happen and how the menus would work and things like that. She's totally right. And then once we had actually finished building out our environment and gotten some of our content together, scripting it was a breeze. I only had to do it once instead of going back and forth on a ton of different setups.
Wow.
So that was wonderful. That was good planning on everybody's part.
And I noticed you have you have 3 different levels. So I like that you did that, because kind of gave 3 different challenges, right, with the same type of puzzle. In the game making part of this aspect of this world, what was the thinking behind it? Were you looking for something that, picking the puzzle itself, were you looking for something that is universal and everyone would understand what to do? Because obviously there's no instructions. You don't really need an instruction to put a puzzle together. So what went behind choosing the puzzle game and adding like the levels and also multiplayer?
Yeah, I think that we want to give people an option of, if there's just like 2 people in here and they just want to have a quick experience, that they just can have a small puzzle and do that quickly. Or a larger group will want to choose a large puzzle so they have, more chances to put pieces. So yeah, people like to customize their experience.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to sum it up. We felt like we started, original puzzle sizes were like 300 pieces, because we were like, well, we could have like 5 people in a group, and people like more complex puzzles that take a long time. And I was looking towards the future, maybe being able to save puzzles in progress and come back to them. And then we eventually settled on this range for our initial set of puzzles, because it seemed like shorter, more social sessions, multiple puzzles if you wanted to keep going, and turning it up to 150 allowed for a pretty wide range of experiences within a small number of options. We have more puzzle designs coming, not just new photos, but new shapes. I've been cooking up. I don't want to promise it, but I've been experimenting with circular puzzles. And that's just something really cool we've been throwing around in the lab. But we'll see if any of those actually make it out.
That sounds really cool.
3D puzzles, maybe like, right. Assembling statues or...
Yeah, the system itself is so powerful. You could use it for 3D things like she's talking about.
That would be really cool. I like the mechanics of the game itself, and how if you have the piece over the right section, it goes ahead and it snaps in for you. But I think also, correct me if I'm wrong, I can't just place it where it belongs unless there's already a piece that connects to it.
No, like that one right there that I just did, I was just like, I think it goes right there. And in fact, it does go exactly right there. There are so many, if you go and look at puzzle games out there on mobile or things like that, they have so many wonderful features that I'd be so excited to put in here, that maybe we need a few extra code blocks first. Like, oh gosh, there's some games that let you pick up whole chunks of puzzle pieces that go together and move them around in the scene. I don't think we're going to see anything like that for the time being. But I tried to give the essential puzzling experience with a pretty simple user interface that's predictable. And if you ever lose a piece or somebody steals it or something, you can always just tidy up and get it back to
it's decently troll-proof.
Yeah, I can't steal that out of your hand or anything like that. Some people swear that's happening, but I can guarantee that it's not.
We're going to be adding a bit of tweaks to the UI as well to make it a little more bolder design, a little easier to use. Of course, dealing with the collision bug we have. So yeah, it's only been out for less than a week now. So
wow.
Yeah, we've already gotten such a good response. It's like, guys, we have to stay focused on this. We can't, we can't rest really.
Yeah, I know a lot of people will definitely appreciate that. It's just a great idea. Like I said, I think it's a perfect match. It's a relaxing, beautiful environment. The music, you're chill, you're relaxed. And then this is not an action-packed game, right? But it's something that's still a challenge at the same time, something that you can play solo or play with some friends. I think my friend Luna Corazon over there, number one, I think she's been going on some private instances by herself, not inviting me, so she can get to the top of the board. But what do you guys envision? What do you guys want people to take from here when they come and visit?
At the end of the day, I feel like Horizon is about connecting and meeting each other and, meeting other people and having conversations and, feeling good and just, it's an escape, but it's also like, it's a social network. So we really just want to facilitate social connection. And so I think that this world is really all about that because, you have something to do. So it's not like you're just kind of standing around and doing nothing. But, it also gives you some space to socialize and break off into other conversation. Yeah, we just want people to meet each other and make friends.
So currently, I like how you guys have this where it's like multiplayer, right? Anyone can just step in and anyone can step away if they want to contribute at all. I think that's really cool how you guys did that.
Right. So people love that you can kind of just join in and help out. We've had some people asking for a competitive mode, and we've spent a few days thinking about what that is, and we think we have something for folks. So if you're planning on going head to head and seeing who's better at puzzling, or maybe going team versus team, we're gonna have something for you guys.
Oh no! You're gonna make me come in here every day. I'm super competitive.
I think that leaderboard's just the beginning. We're going to have people that are shooting for the stars in here. So
that sounds really exciting. You heard it here first.
I think some people give up, but then, you have this nice half-finished puzzle for anybody who shows up. And if they're like, oh, I know where that piece goes. Like, I have not found this edge for the longest time, but I know somebody could just walk right up and be like, it's over here, bro. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Fresh eyes always make a difference and help. If someone helps you do something that you've been struggling with, that's a great way to get to know them and to
that's true.
To have a good introduction to them.
So how does the points work? Every time we get a correct puzzle piece accurate, we get a point towards the leaderboard?
Yeah, we wanted to have some way of people seeing their progress as we launched the initial version. But with battle mode, I think we're going to update this to be a system where you could potentially get a higher score than others completing the same. Oh, hey, we have a tourist.
Hey. Welcome, Metajorgen.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. I like the outfit. Can you tell it's a designer?
It's a Chernobyl.
Meta Horizon.
Yeah.
Meta Horizon. That is some very tight shorts.
Thank you. Is it
ready for the jacuzzi? That's what's up.
Should be. Yeah. Very conscious.
Perfect for meeting new fans of the game.
I see.
They said you're the best puzzle solver out of the group. Is that true?
Yeah.
That is my
No,
role.
I think him and Blender. No, Blender, who's better? It's just both you
Oh my
guys
gosh, you're so quick to...
We need the battle version here so we can see who is better.
Right.
Yes.
I'm going to say it's Jorgen until battle mode comes out, and I'm going to kick his ass.
You can...
But until then, I have to play it cool. I hope nobody...
Yeah, you have to bide your time.
This is so fun. I'm sure you guys have entered some instances where you just have a bunch of people playing and collaborating. How does that make you feel to see people enjoying your world, especially it's only been a week that it's been out?
Oh, it's been so nice.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's just incredibly satisfying because we all feel like we worked really hard on this, and just it's very isolating and lonely to do it all yourself, and you're just hunched over a computer doing Blender and everything. But then when you get to share it with people, like, you just get so much energy when you see how happy it makes them and the feelings you give them, and it's just like it makes it all worth it,
Yeah.
I think that sums it up really well. Yeah, it feels like it's been like a month and a half that we've just been focused on this. And it's been a while longer than that since we've had a new world really get a response like this. So it's just been it's like, oh yeah, we've been saying this for over a month that people are going to like this. Hey, he finished it. Awesome. Yeah, we just needed you for that. Thank you so much.
He came in here and devoured that puzzle.
It's just done. Yeah.
This picture perfect.
I have to give a huge shout out to all of the musicians who donated their music to this world. You can see their links to their Bandcamp over by the credits for whatever's playing. But yeah, Sphere, Escape, some really wonderful tracks.
Awesome. So I see that you have this beautiful building over here. Is this like my penthouse, or can I get the keys, or what's up?
We're probably going to make this a VIP house. We have to fill it with furniture and make it a little more fancy inside.
Yeah. Right now we're just eating dinner on the floor, but otherwise we'd invite you up. There's just like a cardboard box in there, man. Rest.
And I see we have a cat over here.
Oh, yeah, that's my cat. It was like actually one of the first trimeshes that I imported just to like test, because I kind of end up testing everything with cats. So yeah, I put him in here just to remind me, how far I came, and just to have a little Easter egg surprise in the world.
That's awesome, and it's a nice cat. It was funny. My friend called it. She's like, "Oh, look at that small fat cat." I'm like, "That's funny." Yeah. It's small, but
it's
still
a chunk.
Yeah, I think she was calling him chunk. I couldn't resist the newest version. He'll move around as we update it, and if you walk up to him, maybe something will happen.
Nice. That's gonna be
we're gonna push an update. I'm gonna put some. I have some art that I did a couple years back, and I'm gonna put that in here too. And it's gonna be a little bit of an art gallery. We'll just keep adding things as long as we can keep the performance good.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, special thanks to all of you, Blender, Jorgen, and Spacy here in Puzzle Paradise. If you haven't checked it out, come check it out. Invite some friends. It's an amazing place. You heard it here first. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.
Yeah, thank you so much. See y'all there.
Okay.
Woohoo!
I just noticed that.
It's just like real life. That's why I don't go out.
It's sensing your actual. Yeah, for a while it sensed my real posture. It was crazy.
Difficult.